Good evening, Wareham, and welcome to the Tuesday, September 16th, 2025 Select Board meeting. May I have a roll call, please?
Present tonight is Mr. Joey Still, Mr. Jared Chadwick, Ms. Judith Whiteside, myself, Sarah Corbett, and Mr. Marcus Gomes. Also present is Town Council Attorney Richard Bowen remotely, and Town Administrator Derek Sullivan also remotely.
Okay, also present Mr. John Foster and Jackie Nichols.
Yes.
Thank you. I declare that there is a quorum present. May I have a pledge of allegiance, Mr. Chadwick?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a presentation tonight, so it was nice to be handed money, or fake money, or something. Would you step forward and identify yourselves for the record, please? We all know who you are, but the record needs to hear it from you.
Of course.
Thank you. And we'll ask you to spell your last name, Jared. Thanks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Jared Valenzola, V as in Victor, A-L-A-N-Z-O-L-A, Plymouth County Commissioner and Chairman.
Kelly Dooner, State Senator for the 3rd Bristol and Plymouth District, which includes Wareham.
Sandra Wright, Plymouth County Commissioner, W-R-I-G-H-T.
Thank you so much. All yours.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, we have been on what Commissioner Wright and I have called our ARPA Farewell Tour. This has been a culmination of 5.5 years of management of close to $200 million of federal COVID CARES Act and ARPA funds. Now, not to be outdone, we are very appreciative of the work that we have been able to do with the town of Wareham, and we wanted to do something special for you this evening. For the first time in 5.5 years, we actually forgot the money. So
Well,
we felt as if we
forget it.
needed to just give you folks a very special farewell to ARPA. We're not like the WHO. We're not going to come back on multiple tours unless the Fed wants to continue to give us money. We do apologize for that. There was a miscommunication with the treasurer who sends his regrets he couldn't be here, Treasurer Tom O'Brien, as well as Commissioner Hanley. But we have been grateful for the partnership. We do apologize. I've already told the treasurer he needs to deliver these dollars to Derek first thing tomorrow morning, so he will be here tomorrow with those real dollars. We've been incredibly grateful for the partnerships that we've been able to have over the last several years. Again, this is a culmination of 5.5 years worth of managing these federal funds. We want to thank Derek Sullivan. We want to thank your leadership team here in the town of Wareham. You guys have been able to fully utilize these funds. Commissioner Wright has some of those statistics that she will highlight. But we would not have been as successful in this program if it wasn't for our partnership with our 27 communities. In Wareham, what we are so proud of, and I mentioned the last time, Plymouth County runs 14 regional programs. There's only one town in Plymouth County that participates in all 14 programs, and that is now to this day still the town of Wareham. So we're really grateful for that. And I can bore you with some statistics. I won't, but just a couple of the ones that you participate in, things like the Plymouth County OPEB Trust, which has had a 10% return on investment over the last 10 years. That is greater than any other OPEB trust fund in the country. The Retirement Board, of course, you've been funding that. Mayflower Municipal Health Group, only single-digit increases over the last several years, where we've seen Maya and others have double-digit increases. So that's just a couple of things. So I will say nothing more for now. If the chair allows, I'd just like to invite Senator Dooner to say a few words, and then Commissioner Wright. And then we do have, thankfully, Commissioner Wright has a map that maybe we could ask for a picture with, just so we can say we were here and did something.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Senator.
Well, thank you to the Select Board for having us. And I just want to really thank the Plymouth County Commissioners for all their work in distributing the ARPA funds. I know I've heard Commissioner Valenzola talk about, which I hope you'll mention again tonight, the importance and how impactful it was for them to keep those funds here in Plymouth County for you guys to then disperse. I think county government here in the Commonwealth is definitely underutilized, and you guys made sure to utilize those funds to the full extent in making sure that Plymouth County towns were what we're taking care of, and you guys did a great job with that. So I'm just here to support Wareham and to support my fellow Plymouth County Commissioners. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator. It's nice to have you here also. Yes, I do have a map with me this evening to show that there is a big span. I guess, can I get up and show it? I won't be on the mic. A big span in which we do cover Plymouth County. That's from Hull all the way down to Wareham, that's from West Bridgewater to the other side of Duxbury. 659 square miles.
Use the mic, please. Thank you.
659 square miles, and we have 532 constituents that we in Plymouth County. So I know that in the past we had mentioned that the programs that you are in, which we're very grateful that you support us in all those programs. It really means a lot to us. And one of the programs that I'm very passionate about is the dredge. It's so important because we need to keep our, and I've said this over and over to so many different towns, keep our rivers and ponds clean. All our natural resources are really dying off. There's overgrowth in all of them. And without keeping them clean, we're just going to lose our natural resources. Also, by taking the silt out from the bottom of the river, you can use, there's a two-purpose reason. You can use the silt and sell it. You can use it for your roads. And it just helps from any flooding. So I'm very passionate about the dredge. When I first came in 2010, that was one of the things I wanted was a dredge for our communities, and we were lucky enough to get $250,000 to put towards it. So thank you so much for that support. I know the last time I had mentioned to you about the CARES Act money that we gave you and also the ARPA money, which I said we had given you so far $5,841,449.87. And with this money tonight that we should have given to you, the check's in the mail. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
So it would be $204,342.43, which would bring that to $6,045,792.30. We're very
repeat that?
grateful that, you know, we could be a part of your team.
Can you repeat that figure?
Oh,
again?
sure. $6,045,792.30. Again, you know, we appreciate everything that you have done with us and for us. It's been great working with you. I know my other commissioners always say that this is the last time that we'll be here with a check, but I'll tell you, we're going to be back again. Maybe not with a check, but we'll be back.
Or maybe we will with the
and
check,
maybe with
Commissioner,
the
right,
check.
that next time.
Yes. So, you know, just a bunch of thanks for, you know, your team and everything that you've done for us. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Any comments from the board?
And then I'll just, real quick, just like to add a couple of closing statistics, and I was remiss in mentioning how grateful we are for Senator Dooner. We've been friends for a little while now, but being able to serve these communities with her has been great. I knew she would hit the ground running, and she absolutely has done a phenomenal job representing Wareham, as well as her other communities. But it's been an incredible pleasure working with her in the legislature, as well as your other legislative leaders. And of course, we had mentioned before, and worth mentioning again, the late Representative Susan Williams Gifford was a dear friend to all of us at the county, and I know to Senator Dooner as well. And I wanted to take this last moment that we will be here publicly to just honor her memory as well. With these ARPA funds, the county had actually allocated about 5 to 7% of administrative dollars. We had figured that would roughly be, 3 to 5% was what we had figured administration of this would cost. The national average was 5 to 7. In the final analysis, we will have administered these funds for less than 1%. That leads the way nationally, and that has meant more money for the town of Wareham. To just continue to further laud the leadership team you have here, the reason why we are back is you were one of 10 communities that qualified for an additional allocation. So there were several communities across the county that unfortunately were unable to fully realize their full allocation. And we'll give the treasurer a little grief tonight, but we'll give him a pass because he's worked incredibly hard at trying to figure out ways to ensure we don't return a single penny to the federal government. And one of the plans that he came up with that the Commissioner Wright and I worked on was the additional allocation plan by which communities could submit over and above what they were originally allocated, so that in the event dollars were returned, we were able to immediately repurpose them into dollars that Plymouth County communities could use. Wareham was one of, again, 10 communities that was able to take advantage of that additional allocation. So I don't want that understated enough, just how important that was, how crucial that was, in the work that Derek and your financial team had to do to be able to ensure that. There were more than 10 communities that had submitted. Maybe the projects weren't eligible, or there may have been some issues, but Wareham was one of those 10, and that's worth noting as well. So again, we've been grateful for the partnership. We do apologize for the lack of the money. It will be here by the end of the day tomorrow, I can promise you that, but we're happy to take questions if appropriate, or comments, and then as I quip, we like to prove we were here. The Pilgrim, our records go back to, the Pilgrim records, so we'd like to do a little something to show that we were here as well. So Commissioner Wright has the prop map that will stand in for the official dry erase check, if that's all right with you folks.
I've just been asked so many times of, what areas do we cover, and it's such a big span that, you try to tell them all the different towns and everything, so I figured just a map would be so much easier to, show to the different ones. And also, I also would like to shout out that I'm so proud of Senator Duna. She's done a fantastic job, and I just appreciate her so much also.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Mr. Sullivan, do you have any thanks?
Hello, Mr. Sullivan.
Hello, all. It is nice to see you again. I see the commissioners, and of course, Senator Dooner. I'm not shocked to see you. I appreciate all. You've been all around this community when you were running, and you've stayed doing that. So thank you so much. And the commissioners, thank you for all your support for the communities and making, as we've always heard before, county governments in Massachusetts, we really haven't taken advantage, and Plymouth County, I think, is the exception to that rule. You've done a tremendous amount of work, and my feelings on the treasurer there, all the work and hard work that he does, and I just have to thank everybody. And I'll say, especially, one of the things you and the treasurer focus on are things like the fees and the costs, which people often overlook and don't realize that by taking care of those and making sure we have some of the lowest fees, it's giving money back to the communities. So thank you for your diligence and all you've done.
Thank you, Derek. And actually, I apologize, but my memory gets jogged on occasion. One of the things that I think is worth noting is taking care of those fees, of course, has meant more money. In the final analysis, about $100 million of ARPA funds, approximately $25 million across the county went to water and sewer projects. And as a matter of fact, I was with Senator Dooner and Derek at an event a few weeks ago honoring Warren, who created and invented the Swift's Beach, I won't say Weir's Beach, Swift's Beach project. And one of the things that I think has been noted, and we're starting to do this analysis just on our back of the envelope at the county, is that I think that was about a $3.6 million project for the town of Wareham. That's money that otherwise maybe would have had to have been bonded. That's money that would have had to have been borrowed with an interest rate, with the payback. So not only was the town of Wareham and other similar communities that utilized these funds for water, sewer, or for the park like you did this evening, not only did we save you that money out of just your capital expenditure, but it took something off the books that you didn't need to bond for, and you saved in that long-term interest as well, which is millions of more dollars. So it was a double savings in a actuarial sort of sense. So we're really proud of that accomplishment, and again, partnership that we've had. And Derek, again, we appreciate working with the town and continuing to work with the town in all of the programs that we run at the county.
Thank you. I think the 1% admin is phenomenal. I mean, it's just unheard of, and that's great. You spoke about borrowing. I want to congratulate our financial team because we recently we're notified that our bond rating continues to be a AA+.
Excellent.
Which is
Congratulations.
right on, and I have to say that without Mr. Sullivan and Mr. Foster, that simply would not have been possible.
Absolutely.
It speaks to their ability. Don't anybody think that you're going to get $204,000, because I assure you Derek has already figured out where it's going to be
gonna go.
spent. Am I correct,
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
It had to already have been allocated, so
Yeah,
that was
figured that,
one
yeah.
of the things. And
Yeah.
I certainly appreciate they gave us the opportunity to put in for it. And when we heard more, we jumped right on it. So.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Any
And if
other-
I may?
Yes, I'm sorry.
This, in the beginning, because I was here in the very beginning when we started CARES Act, and it was not easy. We didn't have anybody on our side. They didn't think that we were able to manage it and deliver the monies out. So, with the team effort and with so many towns eventually coming in and then supporting us, this is how we got the money out. But it was not easy. It was a very hard task that we had to take on, and to just tell them and show them that this is something that we could do. And thankfully Tom had the correct people in place in order to manage it. So here we are today. We've been recognized throughout the country as the work that we've done, and we're very proud of it. And and again, we can't say it was all of us; it was all of you too. So we're very, very grateful.
Thank you. And again, the rate of return is unheard of. I mean, Wall Street would love to see you, but don't even think about leaving.
We won't, don't worry.
All right. I think it would be appropriate to have Mr. Foster, on behalf of the town, shake your hands and hold the sign, because
Of course.
aren't you going to get the check tomorrow, Mr. Foster?
He will. Make sure somebody
Sure.
does.
So why don't you do that
Sure.
as a photo op for whatever, if you don't
Thank you.
mind.
Sure.
We're not doing it.
Do you want to do it?
Do you want them to take the picture towards the flag?
Okay.
Okay,
so we are.
all right. You know about prom setups, right? You have to scrunch the tall people in the back, the short people in the front.
So Sarah's doing her, yeah. I've been looking up to her for years, couldn't you tell?
Okay, so what we're
In
going to
many
do
ways.
is we're going to,
Oh, we're getting in on
oh
this?
yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, all right. Family
Um,
photo.
Yeah.
Small ones in the front. Here you go, Joe.
Okay, so, John,
I'm short.
you're short.
Short too. I'm
Okay,
medium.
medium.
Yeah, you got to be back
Okay.
there with me.
Okay,
And medium.
yeah.
I'm
Okay, now
medium.
prom, okay, this way, and then, no, you do this way, okay?
Oh,
Yeah, okay,
We're gonna look at each other.
You over there?
yeah.
Oh, really? Not that tall.
Right? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Again, thank you.
Thank you very much. It's good to see you
See
again.
Now we're reaching
So
over.
much, nice to
Thank
see you
you.
again.
Thank you so
much.
much for giving.
One more time.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
Jerry.
you, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Have a great night. Thank
Good to see you again.
It's nice
Thank
to
you
see
so much.
Check will be arriving by Pony Express via Tom.
Tomorrow.
By the way, I always love your suits that you come in with. I just I had to say that.
And
I
disappointed
love
not to see the
everyone that you come in
pinstripes,
with.
Thank you. Well, I would say I don't go back and look and see, what did I wear last time, so I don't. Yeah.
Derek, we miss you, Derek, being in the pictures.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Good night. Is there anyone here under residents' comments who chooses to address the board? It has to be something that is not on the agenda? Okay. I'm sorry?
I don't believe it's on the,
Okay, could you step forward, please, and identify yourself for the record?
yes, I'm Tara King.
I can't hear you until you're,
Talking to
Yep.
Mike.
Hi, I'm Tara King. My property is at 12 Little Harbor Road. I did send in an email, but I don't believe this is on the agenda, so they said I could come and bring it up. I just wanted to bring to the board's attention the speed of traffic that's going down Little Harbor Road, especially where the town owns the golf course now. There's some blind crossways, crosswalks for the golfers, and, it's passenger vehicles, but beyond that, it's also oil delivery trucks, Amazon, UPS, FedEx. I saw a school bus must have been taking kids to the beach for a summer camp, and the amount of speed is pretty excessive on the road. I didn't know if the board could look into that. The only signage, because I went and kind of investigated, is when you take the right off of Great Neck Road onto Stockton Shortcut, there is a sign posted there, speed limit 25, but it's hidden behind a bush. You can't even see it. So I just wanted to bring, it's an excessive amount of speed, and I didn't know if there's something that could be done, additional signage, or, some other means, whether it's speed bumps or, some of the posted signs that have the radar embedded in them, but it's excessive.
Thank you.
12 Little Harbor Road.
Yep.
That's my address, yes.
All right, I'm just looking at it, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak to this board on something that is not on the agenda? Mr. Day? Thank you. I'm going to skip to the two town employees. Mr. Foster, why don't you come on back? We have some really good stuff to do, and again, congratulations on maintaining our superb bond rating. I think it's a testament to you and Mr. Sullivan and the work that you've been able to do in being fiscally responsible, and that certainly was not the case 10 or 12 years ago when you guys came forth. Identify yourself for the record, please, sir.
John Foster, Finance Director, Treasurer, Collector.
And
We're here to discuss the Wareham Middle School roof bonds, as well as the patrol boat bonds. We went out to bid last week, and we received 10 bids. The bids range from 2.365 to 2.511 interest on 10-year bonds, $3.48 million. These bonds, like I mentioned, were for the middle school roof. The roof, originally the total project, well, there were two phases. Phase one came in at $1,006,680. Phase two is $3,868,892. The original estimates for that project were over $7 million. We received, or we shall receive, approximately $1,038,269, leaving $2,830,623 for the middle school roof. And the patrol boat was almost exactly $650,000. They're both 10-year bonds, or they make up 10-year bonds. You should have the documentation in front of you. The interest rate was very good. Once again, we went out to Standard & Poor's when we were rated AA+. So we did receive some decent rates.
any questions of Mr. Foster? Then, Ms. Corbett, you have some things that you need to read into the record, please. Yep. Thank you. The clerk needs to make a motion to certain things, and then she needs to testify to certain things, and then we have documents that we need to hand to you.
So one more question. I read this chart.
I would say, yeah, I think you're
Okay, all right. I, Sarah Corbett, the clerk of the Select Board of the Town of Wareham, Massachusetts, certify that at a meeting of the board held September 16th, 2025, nope, not that. That's what I was reading. So certified. And further that, and further moved. Okay. We didn't have time to do a dress rehearsal, sorry, guys.
It's been a long day. We have it, but she needs to make the motion, the certification.
Have to say it
Yeah.
right.
I'm sorry, thank you,
Yes.
sorry.
Yep, let's try it again. I, Sarah Corbett, the clerk of the Select Board of the Town of Wareham, Massachusetts, move that at a meeting of the Select Board held September 16th, 2025, of which meeting all members of the board were duly notified, and at which a quorum was present, the following appeared.
Yeah.
Following votes.
I move that we hereby determine, in accordance with General Law, Section 70B, that the cost of the Wareham Middle School project authorized by vote of the town passed on April 24th, 2023, Article 18, being financed with proceeds of a portion of the bonds defined below, together with all other bonds and notes of the town previously issued to pay costs of this project, does not exceed the portion of the total cost of the project that is not being paid by the school facilities grant, and we hereby approve the issuance of notes and bonds to finance this project under General Law, Chapter 70B. I further move that the sale of the $3,150,000 general obligation municipal purpose loan of 2025 bonds of the town dated September 25th, 2025, to Fidelity Capital Markets, a division of National Financial Services, LLC, at the price of $3,566,346.46, and accrued interest, if any, is hereby approved and confirmed. The bonds shall be payable on September 15th of the years and in the principal amounts laid and bear interest at the respective rates as followed. In the year 2026, the amount would be $315,000 at a 5% rate. In the year 2027, $350,000 at a 5% rate. 2028, $315,000 at a 5% rate. 2029, $315 at a 5% rate. 2030, $315 at a 5% rate. Year 2031, $315 at a 5% rate. Year 2032, $315 at a 5% rate. To 2033, $315 at a 5% rate. 2034, $315 at a 5% rate. 2035, $315 at a 5% rate. 315,000, sorry. And I further move that in connection with the marketing and sale of the bonds, the preparation and distribution of a notice of sale and preliminary official statement dated September 4th, 2025, and a final official statement dated September 11th, 2025, each in such form as may be approved by the town treasurer, be and hereby are ratified, confirmed, approved, and adopted. And I further move that the town treasurer and the select board be and hereby are authorized to execute and deliver a continuing disclosure undertaking in compliance with SEC Rule 150, Chapter 2 through 12, in such form as may be approved by bond counsel to the town, which undertaking shall be incorporated by reference to in the bonds for the benefit of the holders of the bonds from time to time. And I further move that we authorize and direct the town treasurer to establish post-issuance federal tax compliance procedures and continuing disclosure procedures in such forms as the town treasurer and bond counsel deem sufficient, or if such procedures are currently in place, to review and update said procedures in order to monitor and maintain the tax-exempt status of the bonds and to comply with relevant securities laws. And further move that any certificates or documents relating to the bonds may be executed in several counterparts, each of which shall be regarded as an original, and all of which shall constitute one and the same document. Delivery of an executed counterpart of a signature page to a document by electronic mail in a PDF file or by other electronic transmission shall be as effective as delivery of a manually executed counterpart signature page to such document, and electronic signatures on any of the documents shall be deemed original signatures for the purposes of the documents in all matters relating thereto having the same legal effect as original signatures. And I further move that each member of the select board, the town clerk, and the town treasurer be and hereby are authorized to take any and all such actions and execute and deliver such certificates, receipts, or other documents as may be determined by them or any of them to be necessary or convenient to carry into effect the provisions of the foregoing votes. And I further certify that the votes were taken at a meeting open to the public, that no vote was taken by secret ballot, and that a notice stating the place, date, time, and agenda for the meeting, which agendas shall be included in the adoption of the above votes, was filed with the town clerk, and a copy thereof posted in a manner conspicuously visible to the public at all hours in or on the municipal building that the office of the town clerk is located, or, if applicable, in accordance with an alternative method of these notices prescribed or approved by the Attorney General as set forth in 940 CMR 29.032B, at least 48 hours, not including Saturdays, Sundays, and legal holidays prior to the time of the meeting, and remain so posted at the time of the meeting, that no deliberations or decision in connection with the sale of the bonds were taken in executive session, all in accordance with General Law, Chapter 30A, subsection 18 through 25, as amended.
May I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded as read into the record. Is there any further discussion on the motion to approve? I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Still?
Yes.
Ms. Corbett?
Yes.
And myself, yes, it is so. We have documents for you, Mr. Foster. Would you care to review them before you leave the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just want to clarify one thing for anybody listening at home. You mentioned the law of 5% coupons when you're going through that, and I told you the interest rate was 2.365. That's because we're receiving over $3.5 million, $3,572,988. And you see we're paying back $3,150,000. That's because they bid a $422,988 premium. So the true interest cost on those bonds is 2.365.
Nice.
Anybody listening at home mentioned me, heard me say that, and then you listed off 10 5% coupons.
Right.
So,
Thank you for the
explaining.
clarification.
Yes.
I'm going to have you look at those. If you are all set, we're all set.
okay, great, thank
And
you.
I'm going to ask Ms. Nichols to step forward to another presentation, please. I've asked Ms. Nichols here, she has an article that is going to be submitted, or has been submitted for the town meeting warrant, and I figured that we were doing a lot of information about finances, so we should hear from you this evening. Would you identify yourself for the record, please?
Jackie Nichols, Director of Assessing.
All yours.
I'm here before you today to talk about a warrant article that I have asked to be put on for town meeting, to also to address you as the board with the same issue, and that is the writing of a solar pilot. We haven't written one in quite some time, and this one will be written under new laws since they have changed. I think the last one we wrote was back in 2019, so it's been a while. Part of the process is that I come before you and say, hey, can we write a pilot? And the other part of it is to go before a town meeting and go, hey, can we write a pilot? So to do the first, I am here to talk about it. We are doing a pilot on 2 projects that have actually been in operation for 7 years already. This pilot is part of a negotiated ATB settlement. So,
For those of us who don't know, a pilot is not somebody who steers a boat.
that is correct. It's a payment in lieu of taxes. My apologies.
Thank you.
Plane, not boat. And ATB, Jackie.
Appellate Tax Board, Derek, thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but.
Different language.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
In any event, the pilot that we are proposing is part of an ATB settlement, and will be written for 2 different properties, both of which had been in ATB since they started, which is approximately 7 years. The pilot will be for 13 years, which would equal a total of 20 years, which we usually write a pilot for a brand-new project for. And so I'm here for your approval to put forth the pilot and also to put it on the town meeting warrant.
So I'm going to direct you, ladies and gentlemen, to.
Page 2.
Page
Article
2,
7.
Article 7. And what you will see is what Ms. Nichols has presented to us, which would be the 2 projects and her regarding the town meeting warrant article. So if you have any questions about that, we're going to need 2 motions. One would be to authorize you to engage in the pilot, and then the second we'll do later, which would be when we put it on the warrant.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions of Ms. Nichols? Yeah, go ahead.
This is all new to me. So they're both solar arrays,
Yes,
and they've been in existence now for 7 years.
correct.
And could you run by the what? There was an acronym you used that Derek
Yeah.
called you out on that I don't understand.
Thank you.
It's the Appellate Tax Board. It means that anybody, let me just back up and make sure I don't use more little tiny things. If somebody has a question about their value, they can come to us and file for an abatement. And we would take a look at, investigate any issues with the property or personal property. That's what this is, personal property. And if we make a determination and they are not happy with it, the next step is to go before the appellate tax board. And they can file before the board and then be heard at the board for the value. We have been negotiating, going back and forth for 7 years on this. So we have finally come to what we feel is a good agreement, and as part of that, we are writing the pilot for the remaining 13 years. They have already been paying all their taxes. Nothing has been, left out there, and this is where we're at.
And so what does a payment in lieu of taxes accomplish?
2 things. One of the reasons that we used to write them was because commercial solar arrays were considered exempt from taxation, except if there was a pilot. So we started writing pilots. Then they finally changed the laws and updated them to the way the world works now. And now the reason to write a pilot is because it gives the town and the solar developer or owner at this point a schedule of what's going to be due without any variation in valuation or tax rate for this one, 13 years. Now, the way that we write our pilots here is we write it on, based on a price per megawatt, so it depends on the size of the project. And we always escalate it 2.5% per year. And that is consistent with all of the other pilots that we have written.
And what happens at the end of this, in total, at the end 20 years? What happens
The
then?
end of 20 years, which we haven't come to with any of our pilots yet, it would be either renegotiated or that may be a time where the array would be either disassembled or re-energized. At that point, I'm sure the technology will have changed.
And pilots aren't only for solar companies. Pilots are for other kinds of businesses as well?
There are other types of properties that do pilots. The only ones that we have here are for solar.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you very much. That was a very clear explanation. I appreciate it.
Anybody else? Questions? I guess I need to ask you, the negotiation has already taken place, so do we need to authorize you to negotiate? No, I don't think we do.
You don't have to authorize us to negotiate, but Derek has to be able to execute the pilot, and we need to have the approval to do the pilot.
So a motion would be to authorize Mr. Sullivan, the select board and the town administrator to take whatever necessary action?
Yes, please.
But then that is the language in the article. So we need to do it twice?
Well, we're doing it for 2 different reasons. We're doing it for the article, and we're doing it so that Derek can execute a pilot.
So it would be, I move for Derek to execute the pilot.
Right, Derek, Rich?
Right.
Okay, so the motion needs to be to authorize select board and the TA to do, and then we go back later on and we put the
Put it on
article
the
on the
warrant.
warrant. Okay. That is not written on our agenda, so I'm going to ask that we make that motion, then we'll put it on the agenda for the 23rd when we're meeting again, and we will have a confirmatory vote for that. Is that okay, Mr. Bowen?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I move to authorize the town administrator and the select board to execute a pilot agreement
Second.
Or any pilot.
or any
Because it's 2 agreements.
2 pilot agreements. Or take any action relative thereto.
There we go, second.
Okay, thank you. Motion made and seconded to authorize the TA and the select board. Any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Still?
Yes.
Ms. Corbett?
Yes.
And myself, yes, it is so. I have to say, that was a really good explanation of both of those acronyms.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks. I don't think you need to stick around.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm out.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good night.
Okay, let's go back to some interviews. Oh, can we put an announcements at the end? Because we
Yes.
have people who've been
Yes.
here very patient. Okay. Russell Barry, I believe, is on vacation and unable to join us. So we have Elizabeth Lindquist. Why don't you step forward, Elizabeth? And Mr. Short, why don't you come too? We'll do you one at a time, but we'll come on down. And is Faith Barry here? And come on down. Okay.
Sounds good.
And Mr. Short, you're going to get a phone call to not appear until tomorrow until 10 or after.
Well, I was supposed to be at a doctor's at that time, but things happened.
Okay, no, so after your appointment,
Oh,
the moderator will be in her office until noon.
okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, one at a time. Let's do Elizabeth Lindquist, if you would identify yourself for the record and tell us why you would like to be a member on the Council on Aging.
So my name is Elizabeth Lindquist. I am a longtime resident of Wareham, and I work with, I want to be on the Council on Aging board because I've been working with seniors for approximately 15 years, since I was a teenager. I have started as a home health aide. I have worked my way up to working multiple different roles in senior care. I am now working as a lifestyle director for All American Assisted Living. And so I, on behalf of All American, helping my residents stay ingrained in their community and also wanting to just improve things overall and use my experience to just kind of add a new perspective or shed some light on things that, maybe from a senior's point of view or from somebody with dementia's point of view or from somebody, the person living the life, basically. And so I just think that it is a great step in my career, but it's also great for my residents and those seniors living in Wareham.
Any questions of the young lady?
I have none,
No, thank you for being so catering to the seniors.
Thank you.
Mr. Short, I think you're next.
I've been in town for 50 years. I've been a member of the Centennial Commission. I've been a member of the town celebrations. I've been in charge of the Sacred Heart Association. I've been in charge at the suppers at the church. I love to get involved. I'm a member of the Historic Commission. I'm on that board, and I just like to get involved, and I like the people.
And he obviously has spare time and all of those things that he's on.
And I retired, okay?
Any questions of Mr. Short?
I'm also the town constable, by the way.
That's correct, yeah. Any questions of Mr. Short? No? Okay, and Ms. Barry?
Yes, my name is Faith Barry, and I have a resume for you all to look at if you'd like to. I'm a recently retired federal employee. I used to work for the U.S. Fire Administration in Washington, D.C. I really enjoy working with natural resources. I worked for firefighters and fire departments regarding wildland fire management. And I'm applying to be an associate member on the Water Commission. I have a degree in environmental studies. I started my master's in natural resource management. I worked as a park ranger. I used to work for Joan Embry, too, a little bit, of the San Diego Zoo. So my goal is to represent the citizens of Wareham, to look at the data and the issues and really work together with the team to help make good decisions for the town.
I know what one of my questions is.
Oh, I got one too.
Go ahead. What other committee would you like to join? Is that your next one?
I would just like to say thank you for taking interest in conservation first and foremost.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
I felt like there was a real need. I think it's one of Wareham's biggest asset is the environmental resources that we have, and I can see it in the future as a boon to our town as far as ecotourism, and that it's really important for the safety of our children as they're growing up and grandchildren, that we make sure that the natural resources in the town are protected, because once we make a mistake, oftentimes there's no way to go back, So to take your time and really consider.
Any
I'm
other?
going to get yelled at for mine, but what's your thoughts on the Onset Bluffs?
On the Onset Bluffs,
What does that got to do with the Council on Aging?
No,
I-
she's conservation.
Yeah. I
Oh,
haven't-
okay.
I haven't really looked at that issue yet because,
It's a hot topic, so
yeah,
you're
I
gonna
have
hear a
not
lot
yet.
about it.
Yeah, so I will take my time and review all the data before I work with the commission to help make a decision. So,
How many meetings have you attended at Conservation so far?
in person, 4, but online, probably 8. Yeah,
Very good, very good.
so.
Okay, is Mr. Gold on Zoom? Mr. Day? Please. Mr. Gold, if you would identify yourself for the record, please.
You smiling over there?
He's on mute.
You smiling when I ask?
You're muted, Mr. Gold.
I think you guys need to unmute him.
We
No,
can't,
he has to
he
do it.
has to unmute himself. Mr. Gold, you're still muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes?
Okay, good. Hi, how are you?
Good. Could you identify yourself for the record and speak to your
Sure.
application?
Sure, I'm Peter Gold. I live at 15 3rd Street in Onset, and thanks for letting me do this on the phone. I'm driving, and I couldn't make it back to Wareham tonight time, so hi.
You're parked on the side of the road, aren't you?
Yes.
You're parked on the side of the road. Thank you,
Yes, I
Mr.
am.
Gold. Mhm.
Yes, thank you.
Go ahead.
So I'm offering to be part of the Minot Forest Committee. I've attended numbers of the meetings over the years. I've walked the trails. I know that there, right now, are not enough members for there to be a quorum, and so that's been problematic. And I'm already walking the trails and taking notes and passing the notes on to Sandy Slavin and Gary Buckminster, so it seems like a natural thing to contribute.
Excellent. Questions?
No.
I just want to, I think there are 3 members. It's a 5-member board, so there is a quorum, if what I'm reading from Ms. Slavin is correct. But thank you for your interest. Okay, we'll do them one at a time.
Yep.
And, yes, I'm sorry.
You guys are both going for the Council on Aging? How many openings do we have?
A lot.
Is
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's either 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And some associates.
right,
Just-
yeah, right.
Just-
We're not-
we
Thank you.
discussed it.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Go ahead.
I move to appoint Elizabeth Lindquist as a member to the Council on Aging with a term to expire June 30, 2029.
And keep going.
And I move to appoint Robert Short as a member to the Council on Aging. It's the Board of Directors,
Right.
with a term to expire June 30, 2028.
And, okay. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to appoint both of those individuals as members. Is there any further discussion on that motion with the terms as read? If there's no further discussion, I'll go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Still?
Yes.
Ms. Corbett?
Yes.
And myself, yes, it is so. And?
I move to appoint Faith Berry as an associate member to the Conservation Commission with a term to expire June 30, 2026.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve as read into the record. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Still?
Yes.
Ms. Corbett?
Yes.
And myself, yes, it is so.
I move to appoint Peter Gold as a member to the Minot Forest Committee with a term to expire June 30, 2027.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve as read into the record. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Still?
Yes.
Ms. Corbett?
Yes.
And myself, yes, it is so. Thank you. Now,
Thank you.
all of you need to bring your paperwork to the Select Board office, which is on the 3rd floor. And you will have, once you've provided all of the paperwork, they'll give you a certificate to go to the town clerk's office and be sworn out. You cannot vote until you've been sworn in. Okay? And thank you all for your interest.
Yes, thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
It was an honor to be
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Incidentally, nobody called me Robert. I've been called that only by my teachers, and my mother got mad. It's Bob.
I call you Bobby. Thank you.
Thank you.
can we do the abatement?
Pardon?
8B?
I move.
Yep.
I move to approve the request for abatement for curbside billing fiscal year '25 in the amount of $3,020.01 as directed by the Director of the Municipal Maintenance Department.
Second.
Motion made and seconded is read into the record. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick, Mr.
Yes.
Gomes, Mr. Still, Ms.
Yes.
Corbett,
Yes.
myself.
Yes.
Thank you, it is so. Let's go back to any announcements?
Are we doing the,
Yeah, we're going to do that in a minute.
oh, let me go first. I got one.
You got an announcement?
I do.
Okay, go first.
The EMT program, Wareham High School, is up and running, and we have 10 students in it this year, and with a hopeful of 18 next year. They have to be a senior. Once they graduate, they'll be eligible at 18 years old to be an EMT and straight out into the workforce if they want, or further their education, but I'm extremely excited. It's up and running and doing well, I've been told.
Great, good for you.
Good for you.
That was
I
a
know that,
long
yeah.
process and a lot of meetings, so I'm very happy with, Mr. Palladino and, Mr. DeAndrea. It was a lot of work, and huge credit to CMET out of Fairhaven, so very excited for it.
Awesome.
That's great.
Great.
Yeah.
Mr. Gomes?
I have no
Yeah,
announcements
okay.
right now.
Mr. Still?
October 4th and 5th, Don't Trash Wareham hosting their town-wide cleanup. Mentioned it a few times on these meetings, but if you have not already seen the Wareham Week article, you can sign up on there. It's also a sign-up page on the Don't Trash Wareham Facebook page. But 4th and 5th, Saturday or Sunday, come out, clean up some trash. I will be at the town hall parking lot over here handing out grabbers and trash bags for anyone who requests it.
What time?
It is up to each individual's person to get out there and go clean up trash. We just ask that you fill out the form so we keep track of folks and make sure everyone gets what they need for the Saturday and Sunday. But come join us. It's going to be a great event. We have a lot of signups so far. I'm looking very forward to it.
Thank you. Awesome. All set? Ms. Corbett?
I don't have an announcement, but I wanted to say something under comments, but there's no comments on the agenda.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, there is board comments.
Ken?
Okay, then I'll wait.
Okay.
We were doing them all together.
Yeah, I don't think I have any announcements. Okay, let's go to discussion and possible vote to include articles in the 2025 annual Fall Town Meeting warrant. Okay, the term hot off the press, actually, these documents were photocopied at 7:15 this evening. It has taken an entire 2 days to get this document in the order that it is in. I just want to say that without Marie Garrity, who is in our office at the moment, this warrant would not even be in the shape that it's in. And I very much appreciate, unless you've put a warrant together, you don't know what kind of headache you have. So what I would ask you to do is I've given you a draft warrant, and I've also given you a grid. What we're going to be doing tonight is simply, the motion would be to include, and then you would read the number and the name, okay? And we will go all the way through them, and then if there are any questions about them, then we'll take a second, and then if there are any questions about any one of them, okay? So who has requested them is listed on the warrant, not on this document. But the last three, 23, 24, and 25 are petitioned articles. This has not been updated yet, because this was not the most important piece of paper to get documented tonight. The last three articles are petitioned articles, and they must go in under the law. So,
I move to include Article 1, approve and fund fiscal year '26 capital plan.
Second.
are we going to do them all at once?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it all at once.
So I'll just go
I'm good.
through. Okay. I move to include Article 2, transfer of all available funds. Article 3, prior year bills and deficits. Article 4, PEG access receipts reserved for appropriation. Article 5, harbor services permit receipts reserved for appropriations account. Article 6, occasional reports. Article 7, the solar pilot. Article 8, easement agreement with National Grid Boston Gas Company for WPCF 6 Tony's Lane. Article 9, Mass. Land damage agreement including takings. Article 10, Fairing Tavern rehabilitation. Article 11, Grosinger Hall restoration. Article 7, Spillane Field lighting replacement project. Article 13, return unused funds from completed projects. Article 14, Community Preservation Act Fund Reserve Adjustment. Article 15, zoning bylaws, amend Article 15, land use permitting requirements. Article 16, zoning bylaw setback standardization. Article 17, multifamily housing waivers in the commercial general district. Article 18, zoning bylaw amendment contractor bays. Article 19, budget transfers. Article 20, approve funding to purchase 0 Kings Highway and 0 Cranberry Highway, Rochester, Mass. Article 21, non-binding referendum to dissolve the Carver, Marion, Wareham Refuse District. Article 22, sewer air pump station upgrade. Article 23 is a petition article, webpage improvements. Article 24, also a petition article, town email addresses. And Article 25, also a petition article, local initiative program, local action units, affordable housing, and new construction to amend the Wareham zoning bylaws.
Thank you. I'll take a second.
Second.
I'm just going to correct on Article 21, there's a word missing, so I'd like you to reread that one. It should be non-binding Marion Wareham Regional Refuse District, if you could just amend that part of your motion.
Non-binding referendum to dissolve the Carver, Marion, Wareham Regional Refuse District.
Second.
Is there any further discussion on any of the motion? Okay, thank you. I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Still?
Yes.
Ms. Corbett?
Yes.
And myself, yes, it is so. The warrant will be delivered tomorrow by constable to the chair of the Finance Committee, to the moderator, and will be posted in the town clerk's office. There will be some formatting changes. There will not be any change of information. The pagination may change, okay, but nothing else is going to change. And we do need to sign the last page, which I will get us to do in a moment. And what's next?
Close it?
Yeah, move to close, please.
I move to close the 2025 annual Fall Town meeting.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to close the warrant. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Still?
Yes.
Ms. Corbett?
Yes.
And myself, yes. The warrant is closed. Any other business, 48-hour business? Nope. Town administrator report. Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just something funny I was thinking about when Jackie was speaking. We had a former select board member, Steve Holmes, who used to really, he used to hate when we used acronyms, if you remember, and he'd really rib us about it. And it turned out it was his mom used to love, God rest her soul, used to love watching the select board meetings. And after every meeting, when if there were acronyms that she didn't understand, she would give him a good talking to. So that was one of the best ways at that time for us to remember not to do acronyms, because we never wanted to upset his mom. So moms have a lot of power in this world, no matter at what age. So, but not too much to go over. We've just been moving towards a fall town meeting, and appreciate all the hard work of everybody.
Thank you. That's it? That was it?
Summer's over.
Keep being short.
Okay. Let's go back to liaison initiatives, et cetera. Mr. Chadwick?
Nothing.
Mr. Gomes?
I have nothing at this moment.
Mr. Still?
I would just like to say that everyone that came in today, we just appointed a lot of people to a lot of different committees. That's phenomenal. Anyone that continues to want to serve this town in any way possible, get into a meeting, get an application, because we need more. So I appreciate that, but nothing for me.
Thank you. I want to congratulate the Relay for Life. They did a phenomenal job. I think they raised more than $14,000 for cancer the other day, so that was great. Minutes?
Can I do my announcement? My liaison report? That
The
was
one who said you
deliberate.
had something. No, it's been a very long
Long
day.
day.
I'm sorry.
All right. All right, so I have a comment. I read the article in Wareham Week about the lighthouse gate signs that have been restored by the Garden Club in cooperation with the town administration and municipal maintenance. I just think that is a phenomenal project that they did. That is one of the many gateways to Wareham, and it has stood there for many, many, many years. And I've always noticed and appreciated the gardening and the flower beds and the flower pots that have gone on there, and always admired the people that I saw weeding and watering and those things. But to take those signs down, refurbish them, and put them back up, that was just a great effort on the part of the Garden Club and town administrator's office and municipal maintenance. So thank you all for that. And this is, I guess, a liaison report. I am the liaison with the Council on Aging Board of Directors. And actually, Mr. Barry, when he came there to indicate he wanted to join the board, was the first one to bring up the lines in the town hall parking lot that were very faded, and he felt there wasn't enough handicap spaces. And Sharon Rice, the director of the Council on Aging, jumped in and talked about the loading zone. And this was repeated as a continuing discussion for several meetings. And so Mr. McClure, David McClure, who's the chairman of the Council on Aging Board of Directors, asked me to speak with Mr. Sullivan. So I asked Mr. McClure to send me a very detailed letter or email outlining all of the things that they would like to see happen in the town hall parking lot. And Chief Correa was at one of these meetings, and he agreed to send up his drone to take pictures of the town hall parking lot. So I forwarded that. When I received all of that, I forwarded that to Mr. Sullivan, and then I met with him, and we talked about everything I just talked about. And lo and behold, a couple of days ago, the town hall parking lot lines were painted. And I just think that is fantastic. And thank you, Mr. Sullivan. And I thanked him in an email, and he told me that Mr. Menard was right on it and got it painted. And it is so much better looking and so much safer. So thank you, Mr. Menard. Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. On behalf of the Council on Aging Board of Directors, I thank you both for doing that.
Thanks. Actually, I do have something you reminded me. Bayview Park is probably the crowning achievement in the Village of Onset, in my opinion. I don't know how many of you have actually seen it, but that, again, was a very expensive project, and it took 8 years from concept to completion. And without the municipal maintenance department, we would not have managed to do it as well as we did. So I want to say thank you very much. And then my second favorite place in the whole world is the Lopes Playground, and the perimeter path is being created as we speak. Yesterday and today, they have done most of that. So we're closing in for the completion of the Lopes Playground. So thank you. Minutes.
I move to approve the Select Board meeting minutes of August 19, 2025.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Still?
Yes.
Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
Myself, aye. It is so.
I move to approve the Select Board meeting minutes from September 2nd, 2025.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve is read. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, I will go for a roll call vote. Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Still?
Yes.
Mr. Corbett?
Aye.
And myself, aye. It is so.
I move to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second?
Motion made and seconded. It is not a debatable motion. May I have a roll call vote, please? Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Aye.
Mr. Still?
Aye.
Ms. Corbett?
Aye.
And myself, aye. It is so. We will be meeting next week at 7 o'clock in this room, and we are adjourned. Thank you, Wareham. It is, I have no idea.
8:06.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
We've got 2 minutes till the clock's right again, guys.